I really hope that everything is all set up properly. I am not a very savvy camera person, but if you watch my videos, you may or may not notice that the quality is a little bit crispier, a little bit nicer. Just bought myself a Canon M50 Mark II. So this is kind of a practice run. Bear with me if it doesn't look perfect right now, but we're trying. Slow and steady wins the race, right guys? And also, before we get into the video, I spent the last 2 hours setting up this little station here. So now, hopefully, I can decorate the walls and make a nice little pretty backdrop for you guys. And I just have a little permanent station to sit here and talk and make videos. This is the camera that, for the last year, really, it's all I've been using. It's a DJI Action 2 camera. Think of it like a GoPro, but better. I take it on all my runs, I'll still be using it, but it's just, for stuff like this, it's not the best. Anyway, you guys didn't come here to hear this, but I'd appreciate if you hit the like button and subscribed if you haven't already. I'm up in the game. Monday, I totally took that day off. I planned to take it off. It wasn't something that I got lazy about. I did that. That was calculated. After my 70-mile week last week, where the mileage, that's pretty high for me at the moment, I just needed it. And the week before that, I basically I'd gone 2 weeks without taking a day off. And it's just a standard 8-mile run. I took out the Asics Gel Nimbus 23s. These are the light show versions. I think in the last video I called them the 24s, so I apologize for that. I can't really tell with some of the shoes. Tuesday was also one of those days that just, you can never predict it. They just pop up. I felt really good. And I still don't have a watch with a band, so I'm not really carrying a watch at the moment. I also just realized I've been looking at the viewfinder and not at the camera, so I'm sorry about that.
What's going on, guys? It's Tuesday, and I guess the start of our week here. We took Monday off completely. It was Labor Day, and we did anything but labor. We're running 8 miles this morning. It's 8 a.m. in the morning. That's almost as redundant as when the great lyricist Sean Kingston once said, "She's indecisive, she can't decide." Nah, but seriously, giving myself the off day yesterday was necessary. Legs still adjusting to the high volume. Just turned around. Mile 4, we're halfway there. Legs still feeling good. I will say though, very humid this morning. Very sticky, very itchy. It's very uncomfortable. And my stomach, ever since I woke up, has felt a little off. As for goals this week, I'm not sure about mileage yet. Obviously, it'd be a 6-day a week since I took yesterday off. Anywhere from 50 to 55. I have another goal. I don't think it'll be done this week. Maybe this month. Hopefully by the end of the year. It's a bold one, but there's this older Asian couple that I pass nearly every day here on the trail. I wave to them every time, and they never acknowledge me. Just some form of acknowledgement, maybe a little smile. I don't know if it's because they're in a trance, they're just so locked in they can't see anything else but trail, but it hurts, man. Mile 6. This is gonna be a tough week regardless of what we do though. We're gonna have to be smart about how we delegate our time outside because we're in the middle of a heat wave. So in other words, let's use this week to practice running in the morning again. Let's keep instilling that habit because every day I run in the evening, a piece of my soul dies. I really feel like I'm getting to a point now where I'm starting to take in more oxygen as I run. I'm becoming a little more efficient. And that's such a good feeling. I have asthma, so take this as an example. If I take, let's say, 2 weeks off of running and I come back, it's gonna hurt. That definitely helps motivate me to get into better shape. 8 miles though on the day, and I gotta go get ready for work.
Now this is where the week starts to get a little interesting. Wednesday comes along. Make a long story short, a game called Starfield came out, and I've been waiting for this game for literally years, and it came out Tuesday evening, and I was just grinding it out. Didn't move from the chair like for 48 hours basically. I feel really bad about it. I was obviously very upset with myself, but I just fucked up. To make a long story short, I didn't do anything on Wednesday, even though I should have. That turned the tide for the whole week. I had a lot of ground to make up, naturally. I come into Thursday with only 8 miles ran. No bueno. We're trying to get that mileage up. We're trying to get fit. To start, for my first run, I did 8 miles. It was with the Asics Gel Nimbus 25, still my favorite shoe on the market. You'll also catch on to a theme in this video that it's raining a lot. We're going through a lot of heat right now in this area of Pennsylvania, but we're also getting a lot of rain, so I guess it kind of balances itself out. Very humid, which I'm not too much a fan of, but rain, thunderstorms, honestly, as long as it's not negative 20 degrees while it's doing it, and I'm getting hypothermia, I'm okay with it. I actually have a lot of fun in it, keeps things interesting, feels good on my legs.
I have a big confession to make, guys, and I am so sorry. I didn't run yesterday. I didn't do anything yesterday. We've got to start making up for it all today. Pay for our sins. At first I was like, yeah, the video's chalked, I'm not recording today. But no, we're gonna go through it. You're gonna see what it looks like to be a little bitch. But we're gonna turn it around, and we're gonna make this a positive experience by the end of the week. We're gonna do 8 this morning, then we're gonna double later, but it's not gonna be a regular 3 to 4 mile slog. It's gonna be probably like 7 miles. This is gonna be another heavily backloaded week. How are you thinking? Just train normally for the rest of the week. No, I'll be fine. I just fucked up, so I'm gonna have to work a little bit harder. It'll all be good, but the weather is really good for running. It's cool out, it's been raining. Yesterday, it was 90 all day. That's part of the reason why I didn't go out. This time last year, it would have been unfathomable for me to skip a run, so that's another reason why I'm kind of pissed at myself. I feel like I've regressed in that way. It's starting to rain now, baby. I'm okay with this, honestly. This feels good. Coming up on 4 miles right now. Honestly, I prefer this over it being dry. Let's go. I'm actually kind of hyped right now. This is nice. Mile 5. Glasses are off now. I can't see shit with them. Can't see shit without them. I think the weather's calming down here, but I'm not even trying to act tough for the camera, but I would take this any day of the week. 8 miles this morning. That's a way to kind of start turning things around and just making things better as we go forward. I'll see you guys out here in a couple hours.
Then later in the evening, I went out for my second run. It was 7 miles. I took out my New Balance More V4s. In basically 2 runs, I destroyed 2 pairs of shoes for the week. So I had to wait days for them to dry, which is never fun.
We're heading back out into that. This is going to be more interesting than this morning, I can tell. Legs are actually feeling okay right now, so that's positive. We are about to get demolished. The thunder is so loud, I just jumped. Did you hear that? It's been getting progressively darker and darker every mile. Here comes the rain now. Starting to get wet. There we go, baby! It's coming down now. Mile 3. That's what I'm talking about, baby. 3.5 miles in. We are heading back. Knee break. Honestly, I could have just pissed myself and it wouldn't have made a difference. Look at that. We weathered the storm, guys. Isn't that a metaphor for life? You gotta go through the dark to find the light. Another 7 miles in the bag today for a grand total of 15 miles. I am actually really concerned about my camera here. I'll have to look at the footage to see if anything went wrong because the screen is cracked, so technically it's waterproof, but I feel like water got in there. This would be horrible, actually, if this camera dies.
And now we're at Friday. Friday, for the second week in a row, I did my medium long run. This time I did 10 miles. And this was a very special morning because as a guy that always seems to lose to the alarm in the morning, always hitting snooze, I got right up at 6 a.m. I had things to do. Hit up the roads for a little bit before the trail lightened up, and then I hit that up for the rest of the run. I was very stiff. I did not feel great, but the vibe at that time of day was exquisite. I really enjoyed it. Didn't have to deal with people. The temp was great. There was like this mist in the air. I felt like I was in a cloud. Only I had the balls to do that all the time because I enjoyed it. It's nice to see the sun come up You really feel in tune with nature and the world around you. Getting a little cringe here, but anyway, I was wearing the Brooks Hyperion Max, a nice, I guess, fast shoe. Little pop in your step. I feel like every week I talk about these shoes, it's gonna be very redundant because I'm gonna say like the same keywords. Pop in the shoe, cushy, low drop. But I just gotta get more shoes in the rotation because a lot of them are dying. A lot of them are pretty dead at the moment. I put a lot of mileage on a lot of these shoes. And the reason why I got up that early is because Sam and I were planning on doing a video and we unfortunately ran out of time before work, and we had to scrap it until another day. I'll give you a hint since you're watching. It's going to be a shoe tier list, so it should be a lot of fun. We'll get to that later.
What is up, everybody? Getting our medium long in this morning. This fine Friday morning. It's like 20 after 6 right now. Got up at like 6 in the morning, man. What the heck is into me right now? We're trying to get through 10. As stiff as we are, I'm as stiff as a board right now. Just been doing some really hilly miles around the neighborhood and the town right now, waiting for the trail to lighten up, and I think we're just about good to hop on it. It'll be a lot flatter. I feel safe enough to hit up the trails. We're about 3 1/4 in right now. It's gonna take a little bit of grinding this morning. It's so calm out here right now. I actually love this. Oh my gosh, should do this more often. Nobody's out here. The weather is pristine. Here's mile 4, by the way. No bugs, no humidity, no heat. 6 a.m. club might be it. I get all those perks. Plus it's just late enough that I get to see the sun come up and I get to run in the light, which is a big deal because I don't like running in the dark. Not trying to run into some animal or even worse yet, some human, some weirdo. Starting to pick it up a little bit, turn things around. That's mile 7 at 6:58, and my first few miles, shit you not, were like 8:20 average, and that was hard. Starting to loosen up a little bit, but I don't care about pace once again. Code red. I ate 5 tacos last night, and I have a mile to go, and my stomach, oh God. I also remembered I didn't drink any water this morning. I am all out of whack right now. I just straight up forgot. That's how thrown off I am. Such a good morning, man. Holy shit. The sun is shining. 10 miles in. Our average pace was 7:27, by the way, so considering how we started, that was remarkably fast. I was able to squeeze in a really solid stretch routine in that day, which I really needed. I very rarely stretch. It's no good. And it's not like I don't have time to do it, but it's just one of those things. I don't like stretching. It sucks. It's boring. It hurts. It hurts more the longer I go without doing it because my body's even stiffer. And, you know, it's just this endless cycle. And now we move on to Saturday. I did another double run day, and on both runs, I wore the Brooks Glycerin 20s. Really been enjoying this shoe lately. I don't know what it is, and I've also noticed that it's been just flying off the shelves at work recently, like selling far better than literally anything we carry. I don't know what's going on, but everybody's just in a Brooks mood lately, and I'm okay with it. So normally Saturdays, which I'm gonna start incorporating next week, hopefully. It may not be Saturdays, but just in general, I'm gonna start incorporating more speed work, more tempo work, some hills, stuff like that, because really, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this week I did all mileage once again. This didn't necessarily have to be a double run. I was just so tired that morning, so once again, I hit the snooze button. If I was gonna get something in that morning before work, I had to just keep it short. So I did 5 miles, and I felt really good, actually. Like, after a few miles, I ran into a cross-country program, Robert Morris University. They are a Division I program that was actually in the Northeastern Conference, which I ran in college for St. Francis University. Yeah, that made me pick it up a little bit naturally. You know, the ego's getting put in check, but I got through that. What's up, guys? It's Saturday morning. I'm very tired. This is probably the quickest I've ever gone from my bed out to the road. I shit you not, it probably took me 3 minutes to throw on my shoes, my shorts, just walk out the door and start running. It was kind of depressing. Whew. Snuck in 5 miles there, and actually, the last few miles I had to have been going sub 7 minute pace. Felt unusually smooth and strong, and I don't really have time to mess around now. Gotta go get ready for work because I slept in.
And then for my second run that day, I just hit up the trails for another 3 miles, just a slow little jog.
Back out here for the second run of the day. Just doing a little 3 mile shake out here. Nothing too crazy to note. I'm gonna be socializing for the one and only time this week. So I kinda get this over with right away. Literally just pulled into the driveway like 5 minutes ago. Dude, I just got on the trail. Some dude just hopped over this guardrail and started hauling at me. And I wasn't really paying attention. I just saw him in my peripheral vision. It's my friend Jake, but dude, I was like ready to fight. I'm like, dude, this guy like wants to tussle, but he's coming from a brewery. So I'm like, oh, he's just some drunken asshole. But no, Jake, if you're watching this, what's up, man? All right. Feels good to be only doing a mile and a half. Well, 3 miles, but there's a mile and a half. Let's turn around and head home. What fun. Another 3 miles down there. A solid 8 on the day. Normally those aren't distances where I'd be doubling. 5 and 3, that's kind of unnecessary, but I fucked up this morning and had to run a second time because of it. I think we're at 41 miles for the week, so got Sunday tomorrow. We're gonna finish out strong. It's gonna be a fun-filled day tomorrow. You'll see why.
It was a very weird week nonetheless as we approach Sunday. No long run. 2 shorter runs, which I'm okay with. We're off with 4.5 in the morning. Hit up the trails at Settlers Ridge with my buddy Hayden and my boss Chris. We're hoping to get some other people there because Pro Bike and Run actually won an award for being one of the best bike and run shops in the US this year. Mission failed, we'll get them next time. We'll have to market it a little better. So if you're watching this and you're from the area, if we do this again, you better come. Single track stuff is so much fun, so cool. It's a different environment completely. You hurt in places that you don't normally hurt when you're running on roads and trails like I do. And naturally, the shoe that I wore was the Saucony Peregrines.
Out here with the Pro Bike and Run crew, getting in like about 5 miles, and it's very muddy. How we doing, Chris?
I'm doing good, man. I'm following you youngsters.
He knows the way, so he's lying. How's it going, Hayden?
I'm good.
You're on camera.
On
Pressure's on. Yeah, look at this. Look at all the pines, bro. First climb here, boys. I am taking it easy on this, though. My poor legs. If there's one bigger than this, I'm gonna be sad.
Walk that.
Oh my god. Yeah, you can't run this part. Holy. It's like a drop off.
We had one of
Walk
these.
it out. Okay. We're walking now. Is this where we went last time? Down this hill?
I ran you guys up.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm walking. Look at this. Oh. Oh. Oh, here we go. Back up.
You know what's coming, right, Jackson?
Oh no. Oh.
Little bit, yeah. But maybe it's my day.
My hip flexors are gonna be tight after this, boys. Looking good.
A mile left.
1 mile to go. 4.5 this morning. Good job, boys.
And for our second run of the day, we just did 4.5. I hate ending on like a half mile. It has to be like a whole number. So that's why I did the 0.5 again. 9 total for the day, which got us to 50. I wore the Asics Gel Nimbus 25s again.
Our last run of the week here. Couple things I should have done this week that I didn't. No long run, it's just how things worked out, I guess, but we turned it around, that's for sure. Bro, you guys are not gonna believe this. You know that show Extreme Cheapskates? I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. I just saw two people from the show biking by me, and I absolutely 1,000,000% know it was them, because I saw them at Sam's Club a couple weeks ago too. Oh my god. And this sounds like the most outrageous thing I've ever said, but I swear, I'm terrible with names, but a face I never forget. It's that episode where they go to the movie theaters and the husband's like, yeah, I'll get you some popcorn, honey. And he like rifles through the trash and pulls some out, gets like a cup and rinses it out in the sink in the bathroom. That's wild. I feel like a weirdo kind of talking about it, but they're in the public eye, right? It's a show for television. It's obviously dramatized quite a bit. This was like a couple months ago, and we were at Sam's Club when I first saw them, and I kind of like took note of the fact that they were taking every sample. It was a busy day, and they had a lot of those little sample stations out. They were just going to all of them. I just kind of looked at them and I'm like, no way. Their cart was super full, so, you know, if their characters were actually the way they're portrayed in the show, in that episode, there'd be nothing in there. And the wife was also wearing a $160 pair of Brooks Glycerins, and the husband was wearing Brooks Beasts. Bro, this has been the weirdest run I've had in a long time. I'm crossing this road here, and there's like this fence that kind of blocks the trail for cars. And as I'm like running past it, another dude, who's about mid-40s, rounds it. And I could hear his cadence pick up. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Maybe he's doing a workout. He didn't look like that kind of runner, you know? He just kind of looked like a hobby jogger. And then I hear him like coming up behind me. It was like he's trying to surge up to me and pass me. So I hit the gas a little bit. I'm like, all right, nah. Maybe went from probably going like 730s right now, dropped to like 640. I'm like, all right, this is not happening right now. And then he kind of backed off, but I think he was challenging me, like trying to pass me. You know, my ego, it's a lot of things, good and bad. I was not allowing that. Last week I ran all 7 days and hit 70 miles. This week I slipped up a lot, but I still ran 5 days and hit 50 miles. It's easy to look at the negatives, but I see a lot of positive in there too. Still been working really hard and staying on things.
I love the idea of going out and doing something that you don't want to do and coming back with a funny story to tell because you took action and you did something. All in all, it was a solid week. I'm happy with it, even though, you know, we messed up here and there, like a human naturally does. I ran 5 of 7 days and managed 50 miles, so I guess I hit my goal. I have many other goals in store for next week, which we will get into then. But thank you so much for watching, and once again, if the audio or the video looks a little off, or if it looks good, we'll just have to see. This is kind of a test run, but just trying to improve some things on the videos and make better content for you guys. So hopefully you guys get something out of it and enjoy it. Once again, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and give the video a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. So let's get in shape together. Let's have a lot of fun, and I will see you in the next week.